That was too perfect, man. All right, here we go. Here we go, pal. Have a show.
Yes, sir.
I better unmute myself for the radio, huh?
Yeah.
Here we go. Good morning, Phoenix, Arizona. Welcome to another edition of the JV Sports Show. James Poovey alongside my broadcast partner, Vince D'Alicio. Vince, another week from home, but it's going to be another great show. We got a big one today, my friend.
We got a big one, but we got a lot of good things on the horizon. There's so much we want to talk about. There's a little bit of, there's some things we can say, some things we can't quite say, but it's coming. Guys, it's coming. The storm is a brewing.
It's all coming together. As you mentioned, Vince, we're still working through things. Obviously, we're doing our Thursday night football schedule as we speak right now, and so a lot of things are playing into that. We're talking to coaches, making sure that the new teams, because a lot of these are new teams that are playing each other, not some of the same matchups that we had before, but that's okay. We're doing our best to get that schedule put together. And I don't know if you've heard, Vince, but there's been some rumblings in our camp with our producer, Greg Jones, and
rumblings?
Yeah, he is demanding nachos on site for these games, or it may be deal off.
I mean,
I couldn't believe it.
I can't either. We give them a bottle of water once in a while. I mean,
well, when we have an extra one, right?
When we have an extra, of course.
I mean, sometimes we don't have any, so.
No, yes. But you know what? And getting back to this Thursday night football, it is so exciting that finally, our first game, it'll come to fruition. It's coming, guys. October 1st, Thursday night will be our first game. We're going to schedule a couple of Saturdays in there as well, just to make up and get some of these teams that we couldn't go back and fit the first time around. I think, James, we're going to end up broadcasting probably 8-9 games total, all the way through November 14th. I think.
We should have a pretty full slate, Vince. So it's working out pretty well right now. So we're really excited about that. And I see that we have a couple of people checking in with us now that they must have heard about this nacho fiasco. We've actually got the queen of Arizona high school football nachos joining us right now, Tressa Tudrick.
Tressa, is she? Did she call into the studio too? Is she on the air?
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you, Tressa?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. We're doing good. We're doing good. How are you?
You feeling hungry? Is that what we're talking about? We're talking about some nachos?
We're talking about nachos. We need to know our producer, Greg Jones, who is joining us right now. He's coming. He's got his UCLA gear on, he's on with us right now. Greg, how are you, sir?
Hey, I am doing fantastic today. How you gentlemen doing?
So we hear that you are possibly boycotting this entire thing if you're not guaranteed nachos at these venues. Is that correct?
That is correct. That is correct. So I've actually had a few things going on. As you know, now that the season is kicked off.
Nobody's on the phone with you, Aaron?
Can you guys call into the station?
Guys got to call into the studio.
Yeah, they got to call into the station.
Okay.
Call in on your cell phone if you can, Greg.
Okay.
And Tressa, we want to get some word from you. Now, we know that you're a big fan of nachos, especially on the Arizona high school football scene. Okay. So give us a couple of schools that you look forward to every year. You're like, I know I'm looking forward to week 5. They got some good stuff out there. Talk to us about that.
It's funny. I've been doing this high school nacho thing. I've been probably now this is going to be my 4th season. So I've gotten quite an array of different nachos.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I think of Desert Ridge in particular because they stack it with not only cheese, but like layers of chili and like as many jalapenos as I could fit in the little jar. I don't know being pregnant if the jalapenos are going to work, but before I would stack those babies on there like nobody's business.
Okay. So Tressa, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we'd absolutely love to get you on the air with us on the radio. Would it be possible that you can call into our studio also so we can put you on with us on the air?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. 602-260-1060. But I have a question. While you're doing that, I have a question for both of you guys. Greg is on the air with us now. And
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Dialing in. My question is this. I used to work snack bars when I was coaching. Part of my part-time gig is to try to help raise money for our team. And the nacho cheese sauce, guys, we that stuff is like it doesn't even get impacted by a nuclear war. We used to leave that stuff out and we'd save it for the next week. It didn't even go in the fridge, and then we'd pop it in the microwave, and it was good to go. I mean, are we talking about the same thing here? I mean, what are we talking about, Greg?
Well, I'm a little bit more elaborate with my nacho. I mean, the cheese is great, but it's all about the other things. Like, I like a little
Okay.
grub, like a little, all kind of stuff on there.
Yeah.
Onions,
What-
all
yeah.
kind of great stuff.
What do you think, Tressa? Is this like manufactured cheese sauce? What is it?
I don't know. It's just something about nachos in particular that makes me
Okay.
feel like high school football. Like I'm pretty superstitious. If I don't eat some nachos, I feel like it's gonna be a bad game. So I almost eat it out of necessity. But I've seen some schools pull out the big stops. When I go to Highland, they have
Ooh.
nachos, but then I could get something to drink on the side or another extra bag of Fritos. I've been seeing a lot of schools like pour the nacho cheese and chili into a Fritos bag, which is
Okay.
a take on the nachos.
A little
That was
walking
pretty good.
taco action, huh?
Yeah, it's a little more mobile, in between live shots. I could take a bite here and there and then go back on the mic.
Yeah.
Other things I've seen, Hamilton surprisingly had very spicy cheesy sauce. So that one caught me off guard,
Yeah.
but it was
Interesting.
good. I like the spice.
Any good nachos out on the west side, Tressa?
Yeah.
Nachos from the west side. I'm trying to think who I.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, like
Centennial.
Dice
Attention
Art
west
or-
side, step up
yeah.
your nacho game.
Yeah, Desert Edge, anything
Centennial
Goodyear.
has had, if that was more west side-ish, they've
Buckeye.
had some good nachos.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think, if you stack the key to a good nacho too, especially when you're out and about at a high school game, is to have multiple boats to sit it in, because then it's really, really heavy and you don't want to fall.
Okay.
So I've
It's true.
learned the hard way.
Yes.
So you've got to have lots of napkins. You got to double base it. You want to have
Yes.
something to drink on the side.
Broadcaster problems, right?
Now, do you share your nachos, or is it like
Absolutely not.
nothing?
Oh, I'm sorry.
no?
Oh, I feel like it's like almost like my pregame meal. And if I start sharing it, then I got my mojo kind of going all over the place. So I try to keep it
Can't have
internally
that.
with myself.
You can't have that at all. No.
Well,
No.
it sounds like this is one of the prerequisites for our Thursday night football high school game of the week teams, is that you guys got to have good nachos.
I
I
think
don't know.
that should be something definitely moving forward that you implement into your pregame rituals is
Oh,
having
boy.
nachos.
Well, this could definitely play into the rescheduling of Thursday night football, Vince. So hopefully the teams are listening. They're on the phone right now with the booster club or whatever, and maybe getting the wheels rolling on this thing. Hopefully.
Definitely. No, the best nachos. And then the schools with the good nachos, I want to keep coming back to because I already know what I'm going to be getting. So
Exactly.
a
What's
win-win.
the creme de la creme? What's the best one you've ever had?
I would still say Desert Ridge.
Desert Ridge takes the cake.
Desert Ridge
Wow.
takes the cake.
Coach
I
Hathcock out there. Okay, man.
All
Yeah.
right, we're going to Desert Ridge then, Vince.
All
yeah,
right.
him and his Jaguars, they got some beefy nachos.
Okay. Well, it's that man.
And
Sounds
they
like
got
a
some
plan.
beefy football teams out there
Yeah,
too.
they
They're
do.
always
No
ground and
doubt.
pound, and
All
definitely a hard-nosed football team. Tressa Tudrick from Arizona Family, catch her on 3TV tonight. She'll be anchor in the sports desk. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you coming on here, and we look forward to seeing you throughout the high school football season.
Fellas, thank you so much for having me and good luck and eat a lot of nachos. That's my closing motto.
Thanks,
Yes,
Tressa.
indeed. Thank you, Tressa.
Thank you.
So GL Jones, Greg is our producer. He's been our producer the last couple of years, helped us out with the OUAZ Mike Nesbitt show, as well as our football game broadcast.
We finally
of the
got him
week.
on, Vince.
We got him
I
on. It's
can't
only
even
taken 3
believe
years.
this.
Greg, tell us what can teams expect this year that's new and innovative from the JV Sports Show broadcast crew when we do our Thursday night game of the week?
Well, we're stepping it up a little bit more on the sideline this year. To actually put you into the game. So we're adding a few little extra things down there to kind of catch the action so you can feel the hits when they come.
All right.
I'm really super excited about it because, for high school sports, I mean, we got to step our game up a little bit. I mean, I've watched some broadcasts and I mean, they're good, but this year, I think we're going to try to be better than everyone else.
So multiple cameras. We got a
Correct.
sideline reporter in Brittany Boyer, and
Correct.
and it's just going to be a lot of action, a lot of graphics. pregame show, halftime show, a lot of good stuff.
Do we have the parabolic microphone on order yet, so we can get those sideline
that
crunching
sounds-
hits
what
there
is
as they
that?
come?
Sounds complicated.
Ooh, well, that's the thing that picks up all that great sound. So we're working on
Like
that.
the cone of silence.
Yeah.
except
Yes,
turn
yes.
See the
sideways.
guys running up and down the
Yeah.
sideline with it.
the thing. Yes, that's the
Looks
big
like a
thing.
big clear satellite plexiglass satellite dish. That's what that is.
Yes.
Wow. Are we going to mic up any coaches either, or is that?
No, I believe we're going to be miking up the refs so we can catch that action. Every time.
Outstanding.
Because there'll probably be a lot of action happening out there with that. Because they love to throw that laundry on the field, so that'll be fun to watch. And I don't know. We're trying to, we're still working on a few things. I don't want to give you all the details as of yet.
Well, we can't let it all out yet, GL.
That's
Don't do
correct.
that. Just you got to keep them in suspense a little bit, right?
That's correct. That's correct. But just so you know, we're really, I'll be honest, I'm looking forward to this year.
Yes.
Really great opportunity for us, and actually for all the young men that will have an opportunity to play this season. Because I was a little worried there. I was a little naysayer because I'm not going to lie. I was struggling.
I will confess, even up until Wednesday afternoon, he was still naysaying. So that's okay though. That's okay. He's a guy that needs concrete information to work off of, because let's face it, he's in demand, Vince.
Yep.
And he's in play, and sometimes you might get outbid for Greg Jones' services, but you never know. So,
oh boy, Greg, we honestly could not do this without you. You are the
foundation.
You're the Well, you're the one that makes it go. You make us look semi-good.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you work on that, by the way?
Yeah.
Make it look good instead of just semi-good.
Semi-good.
Well, I might throw a filter or two on there for you, Vince.
Yes,
perfect.
Airbrushing.
Maybe a footstool or two. I don't know.
Oh, now, okay,
Oh,
so
here we
go.
go.
Here
So
comes
a couple of yellow pages
Thank
in
you.
the trunk. I
Thank
got
you.
that.
Now
We got that.
my Napoleon complex comes out.
Oh,
I'm just
here
saying,
we go.
I would have put you the same height as Vince. That is my goal this year. You
Oh,
are
boy.
going to neck with him. I feel this. But
Wow.
And what's that bling we see there, Mr.
Yeah,
Jones?
what is going on? What do you got on your fingers there?
State championship rings. Well, I don't want to talk about Division II. I mean, we're pretty good over here. As you know, here at
Scottsdale Christian.
Scottsdale Christian Academy right now, who's super excited about actually being able to play this year.
Yes.
I know we're a small school, but we're a small school with big heart. We come to play. It doesn't matter what it is or who we're playing. We're coming with it. Doesn't matter the sport. We'll take on all comers.
GL Jones.
Anytime, any place, huh?
Yes, sir.
Exactly. But, that's a whole nother conversation that we can get into later. But
hey, have a good weekend with your son. Tell him we
Yes,
said
sir.
hello. I noticed you got your UCLA stuff on in his honor, I'm sure.
Oh,
He's
definitely.
a member of the Blue Devils drumline, Vince. He's a fantastic percussionist.
Oh, definitely.
Wow.
Fantastic.
All right.
Hopefully I'll get
Coming
him on
right
one time.
back. James, who do we have coming back with us?
After the break, we're going to be joined by head coach Kelly Moore from the Buckeye Hawks, and Brandon Harris will join us from the Maricopa Rams. So stay tuned here on the JV Sports Show. And we finally got GL on with us. Thank you for coming on.
Many appearances.
It's great to see you, pal.
Our producer for Thursday Night Football. Thank you, Greg.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Have a good one.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Oh, boy.
We'll be right back here on the JV Sports Show. Stay tuned.
Go, JV. GL. That was classic. I love the little name down there, Greg Lucius Jones.
Look at you with the background and the whole bit. Well done.
Hey, you have to step it up a little bit. Come
got
on,
the
man.
got the headset on.
Of course.
Oh,
I mean,
it's nothing but.
I don't want to sound like
pro.
I'm in a tin can,
or in the toilet. You don't want to sound like that.
I mean, you hear the flush in the background. I mean, well, hey guys, thanks for having me on. Though,
thanks for coming on with us, buddy. We appreciate you. Have a good one.
Hey, we're gonna get together during the week, okay?
Sounds good.
Sir.
All right, thank you guys.
All right, later.
All right,
bye.
See you, man.
That was a good bit.
Yeah.
All right, Coach Moore's waiting. Should we get him on and just make sure he's on the phone too? That was a good first segment.
It was.
Let me wake up my screensaver. Hold on.
There
Talk
he
to
is.
Coach Moore.
Good morning, Coach Moore. How are you, sir?
Good morning. You want me off the phone?
No. You need to be on the phone.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's going to connect you to the radio. So,
Okay.
Great. Good stuff. Good. So we're bringing on Coach Harris from Maricopa also be joining us. And yeah, so we're good stuff. We're excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to this year, and we're going to see if we can get out to your place. You haven't set yet with the scrimmage.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that would be good. I'm thinking it's going to be at Kellis. I'll let you know for sure.
Okay. Thanks for
Okay.
joining us, Coach. We appreciate you coming on here this morning.
Are you kidding, man? It's an honor and a pleasure. Anything we can do to try to get football off the ground.
That's
Oh,
it. We
yeah.
can't wait either. I mean, I was telling people last night,
What'd you
I
say,
think this
Aaron?
might be the first year in about 10 or 12 years that I
Okay,
was
Harris
home
is
on a
not on
Friday
with
night
us.
before Labor Day.
My wife's kicking me out of the house. She's tired of it.
She says, you got to go now. That's
Yep.
enough. Get this football. She's down there picketing with a sign saying, get football going, get him out of here.
Please, please. She's had to put up with me for a lot of months here. I don't know.
Fantastic. Well, hopefully she's been able to maybe come up with a couple of trick plays or something for the season over that time and slip into the playbook there. Maybe.
You know what? She's worked on it. I think we're going to
Good.
open the season with her favorite play, but of course I can't say what that is.
No, of course not. Of course not.
All right.
I think she's drawing it up right now.
Oh, she's got it drawn up. I love it.
Yeah. Something akin to the triple Lindy off the diving board. I don't know.
There
Oh
you go.
boy. All right.
Brent, you want to bring us back?
Sure.
I don't see Coach Harris, so maybe it's just Coach Moore.
Yeah, he's not on yet. Love that intro.
Go.
Welcome back to the JV Sports Show and our weekly JV High School Spotlight segment here. A lot of good stuff going on, James. This week we've been scrambling in a good way as the schools now have their schedules put together. We're still waiting on a couple of the schools, the things that get finalized with the AIA, some others that are still kind of delayed, sitting on the fence, waiting for things to more or less settle a bit more. But speaking of more, the ones that have jumped right in and are ready to go and feel confident and are leading the pack here and joining us on the line is none other than the man, the myth, the legend, Buckeye High School head coach Kelly Moore. Coach Moore, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. I almost had to throw up after that. So,
Coach, you are the eternal optimist. You're like the brightest guy in the room at all times, and you have been so many places, done so many things, been in the pinnacle of your profession, seen the highest of highs, seen the lowest of lows, and still come out unscathed. And here you are today, and navigating your team through some past few months, and you're as positive and geared up and ready to go as ever.
well, thank you. I hope so. I've had great reason to be that way, right? Serve a great God, so I better be right on top of it.
Well, we're blessed to have every day that we have, Coach. You're exactly right about that. We try to make definitely the most of it. How much time have you got to spend with your team lately? Talk about when you guys started really getting together again on a normal basis, and then where are you at as far as like phase 1, phase 2, contact or shoulder pads and helmets? What's going on there?
We're creeping into it. It's been, we didn't have contact with our kids for most of the 6 months, other than virtual. They took it upon themselves, and we're down in the park working on things, which has been such a crazy blessing, literally crazy. Just the development of them emotionally and mentally, the way they came back, they're a lot more whole in their mind, which has been good. And then we started off phase 1, I want to say 3 weeks ago. And after the first day, we were suspended for a week. It's on me. It's all on myself. We were trying to get things organized and walking kids through where we were going to go. And I just did a horrible job of getting it organized. And so we were suspended for a week. So we got to come back. We've been out for a week, and we're still in phase. Well, I guess that was 2 weeks ago. And then phase 2 started this week for us, which literally didn't mean anything except we got to touch a football and run around with a spray bottle and try to get the football cleaned. And I'm kind of making fun of it, but whatever it takes, we don't care.
Sure.
Yeah.
We just want to do what we got to do It's near and dear to us because it's Buckeyes' 100th year of existence.
Yeah.
And so to be denied, that would hurt. And I think it would hurt our community. Just not that football is the most important thing in the world, but maybe this year it is.
Well, and not only that, and obviously taking every possible safety precaution before you field a team. What is the mindset now of your team, knowing that, look, we're going to play a season, and our first game is going to be Friday, October 2nd? Does it feel real now, or is it still touch and go? How does it feel?
Well, it threw me back to 1968, playing in high school, and coaches were all laughing about. Yeah, it was the first suspension helmet. We actually had 2 bars instead of 1, things like that, because it feels the same way. You started 2 weeks ahead of time. You had some 2-a-days, which we're not allowed to do all that anymore. But we had 4 weeks to do it. But you know what? Everyone else is in the same boat, basically. Some people, of course, have personal trainers, not at Buckeye, but that's all right. We got 4 weeks to go. And, we look forward to opening up the season. I think everyone will have a greater appreciation to be able to do it.
Coach, a nice segue right there. I was going to ask you, since the kids have been back together and your coaches have been back together with the kids, have you noticed maybe a little bit more attention to detail? You talked a little bit earlier about their maybe a different mental attitude, maybe a little bit more together with all that. Are they a little more appreciative of the game now and maybe trying to do just the little things a little bit more right than they would have before and say, hey, we got a chance with this thing. We got to make the most of it.
I think initially that was true. And then about Wednesday, we were kind of slipped backwards and we had a little come to Jesus meeting.
Uh-oh.
We literally, at the end of practice, the kids took off their shoes and we treated the field like holy ground. I mean, literally.
Would you get them to walk across coals, Coach? Holy smokes, with the...
Yeah. I mean, because it's easy when you're tired. It's easy when, you turn the ball over. It's easy when hard times come to mess it up. And so they just needed to get a shot back into reality. And the cool thing is they immediately are right back on it. And we got a special group of kids, I tell you.
Well, you have a pretty special staff too. Obviously you can't do it alone. And tell us a little bit about those guys that have been, helping to navigate through all this.
Yeah, I don't know if you want the whole story, but I'll give you a little bit of it. A couple of years ago, we started praying for coaches, started praying for athletes to come, and let us be an opportunity for guys. We have, I'm glad you guys are sitting down. We actually have 20 coaches on staff, 20.
Really?
20?
We have, depending on the day, we have 8 or 9 freshman coaches. Now, if you're a freshman, the worst thing that can happen is you don't get coached because there's only 2 or 3 guys, and that's kind of normal. And they end up quitting and they don't come back, or, all kinds of bad stuff. We have more coaches per kids on the freshman level than a basketball team does.
Wow.
It's hilarious.
Wow. And are they all reside in the community there? I mean, a lot of community pride, obviously, in Buckeye. So,
wow.
Yeah.
They just dropped out of the sky. And can I do this? And can I do that? And can you? Of course you can. And it's been a real adjustment with our core coaches, the core guys, because they've actually had to give up some of the stuff that they do. So then the other guys are important. It's kind of weird, the dynamics, the organization of it is an ongoing mirage for me. I've been horrible at it and trying to get better at it because there's so many guys. But I think once we hit the field legit, like on Monday, I think everyone's eyes are going to be, whoa, this is going to be fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Crowded in the coach's box. What?
Yeah, you're gonna have to have a bigger press box for all your coaches. That's great.
Yeah.
When you guys get back on the field Monday, Coach, talk about some of your star players, if you will, and who are some guys that are going to really carry the mail this year for the Buckeye Hawks.
That's a question that we don't have answered. We don't have. We got some talented kids in different positions. That's great. But honestly, we're just sitting in the office on yesterday, trying to figure out who's going where and what's it look like. And man, when we get in pads, is this kid going to be able to get that done? And We don't have the answers yet. We have some kids that are potentially 4x1 kids, that are the senior kids, Tim Krosky, Tony Johnson, and I'm going to forget kids for sure. Cameron Bales.
And they won't let you forget it.
Yeah. And that's what's going to happen, right? We got a junior kid, Jalen Richardson. But you know what? All those skill guys, what I really want to say, I can't say. But let's the guys up front.
Okay.
We're going to be at least half of our squad, varsity-wise, is going to be full of sophomores, linemen. Man, we got some kids that are coming.
Wow. So
the opportunity for our seniors, Joel Diaz is a senior, Frank Arteaga. Oh man, who else? Our core guys up front.
Yeah.
Got a real opportunity to lead. So that's going to be a big deal.
Well, that's very important, Coach, for those guys up front to be able to gel and play together as a unit for not just one season, but a couple seasons in a row and really get that nonverbal communication down up front on that offensive line and everything. Because let's face it all does start up front for sure.
Yeah. So I'm sorry to cut you off, Vince.
No. Go ahead.
We had 3 seniors stand up yesterday because we were actually handing out travel bags to put gear into because they can't use the locker room. And, they lose belts and knee pads even when they do have a locker. So when they don't. And so we were giving out handbags, but the Cameron Bales kid, the Krosky kid, and the Joel Diaz kid came up with an idea. Hey, Coach, can we take the special bags, the varsity travel bags, and give them to the sophomores? Let's give them to them.
Wow. Nice.
That's
it, taking them under their wing.
That's our kids, man.
Coach,
they cut their heart out.
In our final minute, I would like you to tell us, I am looking forward to the post-game ritual. The game is one thing, but the post-game, when we get out there, what are we going to do?
Well, my mouth just watered up a little bit.
I got my eating pants on,
the
Coach.
Yonker game, Buckeye game. We have a guy named Tony Yonker, owns Cafe 2535. Amazing man. He's going to put out wings. So the winner goes after the game, goes down to his shop, and he puts out wings for the winner. The wings are not on the menu. He does that on purpose for that.
Oh, secret wings.
There you go.
Him and his staff down there are incredible.
Wait till Greg hears that.
Yes. All right. Coach Kelly Moore.
We'll put some hot ones on you, let me tell you.
Thank you, Coach Moore, for joining us here on the JV High School Spotlight. Sorry we couldn't get Maricopa Rams head football coach Brandon Harris. We'll hopefully get him to call in another time. But Coach Moore, always entertaining. Thank you so much. And thanks for allowing us access to you and your team. And we look forward to covering you here in the coming months.
Likewise, man. We can't thank you enough. I mean, the whole Arizona football is grateful for you guys working your tails off for us.
Well, we appreciate you guys, Coach. We couldn't do it without you. If there wasn't any great coaches and great players around the state of Arizona, we'd have nothing to cover. So thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. And we look forward to seeing you here in a few weeks.
That's it.
All right. Thank you.
Take care.
James, if I had a Hall of Fame set up besides Eddie Van Halen and Sammy Hagar, Coach Kelly Moore would be in that Hall of Fame.
Hey, there you go. How about that?
Right.
How about that?
Now you lying, man. Now you lying.
James, who do we have coming up after the break?
Hey, coming up after the break, we're going to be joined by Arizona Varsity's Zach Alvira. He also writes for Varsity Extra as well, and he's going to help us preview some of this newly released Arizona high school football schedule. We're going to go over a couple of games in each division and just talk about some must-see action coming up this fall here in the state of Arizona. So stay tuned on the JV Sports Show, and we'll be right back with it.
Go JV. Thanks, Coach Moore. That was awesome.
Appreciate you guys, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Coach. Have a good weekend. Appreciate it. Enjoy your Labor Day. Stay cool.
All right.
You too. See ya.
All right. Zach's in the waiting room. And so basically I texted Zach last night and just told him we'll just to give us maybe like a must-see game out of each division. And then that'll, by the time we talk about those games, that'll be 12 minutes easily.
Perfect. I don't know what happened to Coach Harris. I emailed him too.
Big time in us. Probably on ESPN or something this morning.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, let's get Zach in. You ready?
Yes.
There he is. Zach, how are you, man?
Zach.
Good. How are you?
Good. Perfect setup. You got it with the phone and everything. Thank you, sir.
Perfect. And can you hear you guys? I guess I'm not on the phone yet, but
No, you're perfect right now. It sounds good on Zoom and everything. You're set.
Yeah. Aaron, do you have Zach?
He's got him.
Okay. Awesome.
I know
Perfect.
I was told to keep my computer volume down as low as possible. I don't want to have too much coming out
Yeah.
of there.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Just like barely enough of it. So really, you can just almost listen to us on the phone if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I was wondering this morning, Vince. I was like, we got to figure out how that actually works so we can put that in the direction. Say, okay, here's what you actually do, because it seems like
I
I
get
reverse
confused.
it every time. I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you actually supposed to do on the other end? And then people are
Yeah.
like, oh, what do I do? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I should know that. I should be telling you what to do. But
Oh, it's all good.
thanks
All
for
good.
joining us, man.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Can't wait to talk about some of these games.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
I
what
got-
is the one must-see game of the year before we get live? We're on
Oh,
YouTube now,
man.
but
Man, 6A Chandler Hamilton. Let's be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
in my opinion,
and that's early, right?
no, that's the last game of the season.
Oh, that's last game. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for like, there's no 1A schedule yet, by the way. So that's why I didn't
Okay.
do any 1A.
Okay,
but,
no problem. No
We're
problem.
waiting on Tempe Prep because they are supposed to be one of our teams that we're featuring. So, how did they give any idea when that'll be out? The 1A schedule?
Not that I've heard. I think they're still trying to figure out which teams are actually going to be going.
They actually can play, yeah, because there's
Yeah.
so many. I think there's a bunch of res teams in 1A too, so some of them had to shut
Yeah.
down completely. I think.
Yeah. So it's a weird time, that's for sure.
Well, at least it'll be a little cooler when we start finally, right? It won't be
That-
110.
Man.
It'll be only 103.
The last 2 seasons I've been doing, actually 3 seasons I've been doing this, those first August and September games are just so hot. It's almost as if I just would rather not even cover a game.
Yeah. Well, it was
brutal.
once upon a time when we were in high school. It was after the week of Labor Day would be our first game, and so I mean, but anyway, they
Yeah.
Yeah,
got
when we
going
were in
early
high
and
school,
early.
they never started school before Labor Day. Like
No.
that, you had Labor Day holiday, and then you start because it was like, okay, start for a week and then have a 3-day weekend. It was like no point.
Yeah. I went to Highland and we always started like August 6th. So we were always super
Wow.
early. Yeah.
Highland Hawks.
Highland Hawks.
Man,
We were
that's
not
one
very-
of the craziest gyms. I love doing games in there. I love
They're-
going out there I've done volleyball and basketball there. It's always rowdy.
Yeah, it's really, really nice.
It's
The
pretty
atmosphere
cool.
is awesome, but when I was there, the teams weren't very good. So
Here we go.
Yeah. Here we go.
It's our famous intro. Oh, he didn't play the Kevin intro. There it goes. I love Kevin. I love Kevin Derryberry.
It doesn't get much better than KDB and Billy Joel in
And
the
Billy
same
Joel.
sentence right
That's
there.
right.
Welcome
That's
back to
it.
the JV Sports Show. Thanks for joining us here on a Saturday morning. We're pleased to be joined now by, I would say, one of the Arizona high school football gurus, Vince, Zach Alvira.
He is, and he's so young. He's like, look at that face. He's got a baby face. He's like 18, and he's a guru.
He is a
Holy
guru.
smokes.
He
He
is very
is.
knowledgeable, and that's why we got him on here this morning.
Yeah.
Obviously, the schedule just released a couple days ago. People were literally chomping at the bit, waiting for that to come out, hoping that things were not going to get pushed back further. And so we wanted to have Zach on here to join us this morning and just talk about some of those must-see games coming up this season. Zach, how are you?
I'm doing well, guys. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. Although I would not call myself a guru, that's for sure.
Well, the thing I've learned about nicknames is you don't give yourself a nickname. People
Yeah,
give you the nickname.
Yes.
That's true.
That's
Fair
how
enough.
it should be. So give us some of those must-see games. I mean, maybe go around the divisions a little bit. Let's talk about, we got some great 2A matchups. 4A division is looking really tough. Obviously, there's some powerhouses in 6A as always. So just give us a little synopsis of what's going on this season.
Yeah, absolutely. So, for 2A especially, one of the games I'm looking forward to the most is actually Santan Charter at Santa Cruz Valley. Now, that's
Ooh.
actually week 1 of the season. Santan Charter, obviously, Kerry Taylor's there.
Yes.
He's very passionate about his team, which obviously any coach should be. But Santa Cruz Valley, that's a good football team. That's a good test right out of the gate for a Santan Charter team that just came from the Canyon Athletic Association. So that one I'm really excited to see.
Santa Cruz has been in the mix
actually.
for the last couple of years, Zach, and
Yeah.
Coach Richard Davis down there has always put in a good product on the field. So that's going to be great.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think they made the semifinals last year in 2A if you're talking about Santa Cruz. So
Yep.
I mean, that a huge test right out of the gate. One other 2A team that I'm actually really interested in seeing is Elite Prep out in Gilbert. They were an 8-man football team. So they're moving up to the 11-man division now at this point. So, Cord Smith over there, the head coach, has done a great job kind of resurrecting that program after they took, I think, a year off, actually. So I'm just interested to see how they do. They're playing
Hold on a
Heritage
second.
Academy.
Zach, Cord Smith, that name sounds familiar. He was coaching somewhere else.
I think he was. Now, I can't remember, and he's probably going to.
Is that Larry Smith's son? The late Larry Smith? No.
I don't know for sure, to be honest.
Okay, I thought he was at McClintock. Maybe I have it wrong. Okay.
There is a Coach Smith over at McClintock still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Many apologies to the McClintock staff if I got that wrong. So anyway, your coach isn't going anywhere. All right.
Go Chargers.
So go ahead, Zach. Sorry to interrupt you, but
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
3A, I really like the Yuma Catholic at Phoenix Christian matchup. I mean, everyone knows Yuma Catholic is, it's Yuma Catholic. They've always been a powerhouse program.
Yeah.
Phoenix Christian, obviously, last year had a really, really good season. They made it to, I believe they went to the state title game, if I'm not mistaken, and I think they lost to Round Valley.
Correct. They lost that one to Round Valley, and Coach Brian Cole done a great job over there, assembling a great staff. A couple guys been on the staff there for a long time at Phoenix Christian, and that's going to be a great matchup. And that's right out of the gate too, Zach. That's week 1, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, week 1. As you'll see with a lot of the games I have, there's a lot of week 1 matchups that are just crazy this year. But for 4A, I'm actually going to go to week 3. ALA Queen Creek at Mesquite. Ooh. I will likely be at that game. That is, that one is big. Obviously, ALA Queen Creek 3A champs last year, Mesquite 4A champs. They return just about everyone. I mean, Ty Thompson. You have Ty Thompson on the field, and you're going to win some games, flat out. So
that's going to be some kind of matchup right there. ALA Queen Creek. I mean, all they did in 3A was win state championships, and they got tired of Coach Edwards doing that. So they said, you got to go up and have some competitive games, coach, in the 4A. And he's done that too. So fantastic football out there at ALA Queen Creek. And you talk about Mesquite and Ty Thompson, forget about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Ty Thompson has weapons all around him. He's got a 6'4" tight end. He's got a speedster on the outside that can literally blow by any defender. I mean, the deep ball at Mesquite this year is going to be ridiculous. I saw it in practice, and Ty Thompson can flick his wrists and get it 60 yards down the field. It's effortless for him, which is, you would expect that from a 5-star guy. So
exactly.
Zach, I have a question for you now with regard to Phoenix Union opting out for the fall, all fall sports. I know a lot of the schedules were made up that included Phoenix Union teams. How are these teams going to rebound now? I mean, what are they going to do? Are they just going to have a bye in their schedule? Are they going to go back and reconfigure their schedules? What's going on?
So I asked David Hines this question actually last time I spoke to him, and he said that the AIA has the ability to kind of create an independent schedule for teams that either join late or end up not having games because of a reason like this. So my guess is they're going to just try to fill their schedule with, maybe teams in the same conference. Maybe they'll go up or down a division depending on if those teams actually want to play them or not. One of the teams to mention is North Canyon. They had, I think, 4 or 5. I might be exaggerating on that, but they had a few of their games were Phoenix Union schools.
Wow.
So they, they're obviously sitting there now with going from an 8-game schedule probably down to like a 4-game schedule. So, obviously they have to fill that, especially if they want PowerPoints, because, a 4-game schedule, depending on, who you play, may not do it for you this year to get into, well, I guess maybe a later seed or a lower seed, I should say, but still, the PowerPoints will be big.
Now, Zach, you mentioned all those great games right out of the gate, especially like in week 1 or even week 2. There's some great matchups as well. As a media member, as someone covering high school football, how do you decide what game to go to? I mean, that's got to be crazy. Standing at one field and going, man, I wonder what's going on. Am I missing just a juggernaut over in Hamilton right now or over in the West Valley somewhere? I mean, how does that work? Or do you guys kind of just divvy up, draw straws, or what goes on there?
Oh man, it's tough, especially for me, obviously with Arizona Varsity, I can kind of do my own thing a little bit. I do my podcast, I'll write a story occasionally, but my full-time job is for Varsity Extra, and I cover the entire East Valley. So
that's a great full-time job. I don't even want to tell you what I do for a living. Boy. Wow.
But I cover Ahwatukee also. So I cover Ahwatukee, the Gilberts, the Mesas, the Chandlers. I even dip my toe into Scottsdale occasionally. So
Yeah.
Ooh.
yeah, it's hard. It's hard because God, what is it? Week 1, I think we have Chandler facing Liberty, and I'm gonna spoil 6A a little bit here, but Chandler's facing Liberty in 6A in week 1, but
Yeah.
Ooh.
Centennial is also facing Hamilton that week.
Wow.
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the
So,
thing. I love going to do the games, and I love doing them. But boy, you're sure missing a lot of action when you're covering one, and there's so much going on all around the valley at the same time.
yeah.
Zach, some sleeper teams. Who do you have as some maybe some teams that are up flying under the radar? Nobody really is paying a lot of attention to, but could really do some damage.
Man,
Any division.
I really like Desert Ridge in 6A.
Okay.
They, Coach Hathcock over there, they're a blue collar program. They're physical. They're going to punch you in the mouth every time they step onto the field. And they're returning a very good quarterback in Austin Kolb and some athletes as well. And especially, at the D-line and offensive line positions, they could really surprise quite a few teams. One other one that I really like, honestly, they're not, I guess, too under the radar, but Queen Creek, I think, is going to break into the open this year, personally.
Wow.
Wow, you heard it here first. Queen Creek, Coach Joe Germain back at the helm there for the Bulldogs. And you mentioned that 6A division. It's always tough as well. And just some outstanding matchups. I can't wait for the season to get started. And there's just going to be some amazing stuff. It's wide open. There's a lot of variables this year. Some teams are down players that they thought they might have, and they don't have them now, or maybe different coaching staffs. But it's going to be interesting all the way around for sure, Vince.
We need to get Zach in the booth with us. We'll get him our schedule once we get it finalized for Thursday night game of the week. And we'll
come up halftime.
It works out at one of the games, Zach, and you show up. See, the thing about it is that you guys, I don't know how you guys get in for free, but they make me pay. Even when I tell them where I'm from, they make me pay.
They're like, what?
Yeah. So I don't know, Zach, maybe we can kind of go in on your coattails. I don't know. Or James, maybe I
you got a name drop. You got to say, hey, I'm a buddy with Zach.
Zach, yeah.
Oh, come on in, man. We're good.
Yeah.
There's probably some schools that might make me pay this year, I'll be honest.
Really?
We'll see. Some of them are just sick of me at this point. I've called them too much this offseason.
Hey, Zach, in the last couple of seconds here we have with you, make sure and let everybody know where they can find you on social media. You mentioned you have a podcast as well. Where can people listen to that?
Yeah, so you find me on Twitter at Zach Elvira, just ZACHALVIRA. And I do have a podcast, the Take It Easy Sports Show with Eric Newman, and easy is literally just E and Z. Really clever on our part. But that's on Arizona Varsity. You'll see those being released kind of on a weekly basis, and then all my articles either with Varsity Extra or Arizona Varsity.
Outstanding. Nice. Zach Elvira, thanks so much for joining us. Hey, it's about as clever as the J and the V, right, pal?
Yes, exactly. Oh, Zach, thanks again. Coming right back. Stay tuned, guys. We've got our own funny man, Carefree Insider, Ralph Farrow, joining us here on the JV Sports Show. Stick around. We'll be back.
Thanks, Zach. We appreciate you coming on, man.
Thanks, Zach.
Great insight.
Good stuff.
There we go. Sorry, I had to turn up my audio on my computer.
No, you're fine, man. Thanks, brother.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, guys. And by the way, JV flows a lot better than Easy, in my opinion. So, yeah. You guys are good on – we actually copied you. So, if there's a bill for us to pay, just send it over to Eric.
No bill necessary. Thanks for coming on, brother.
No problem. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
You got it. Hey, you got to join us now. Seriously, on Thursday night, come to a Thursday night game, and we have you on for halftime.
Hey, let me know. I would love to.
I will.
Even if I'm not covering that game, let me know. I'll come by.
Thanks,
Sounds good. Later,
all right,
buddy.
Guys. Take it easy.
See ya.
Good stuff, man.
Yes, sir.
Best show ever, Vince.
Best show.
Wow, we seem to be leaning towards the high school side, my friend. I don't know. Is it a little foreshadowing, maybe? I don't know. For those tuned in on YouTube right now. Oh, man. Okay, so Ralph, what are we going to chop it up? What's going on in Carefree? What can I rib him on?
Just some
what can I be mad
info.
about?
He's somebody, I think, he didn't want to talk about it. So I don't know, maybe we can poke and prod him a little bit, but there's something with
That's what I
the
need.
planning and zoning commission in town that somebody died and they may ask him to take their place. I don't know.
On the commission. Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Perfect. Hold on. Okay. Hopefully Ralph is calling in. I mean,
Yeah.
joining the Zoom too.
Hey, Aaron, Ralph call in. Awesome.
Sweet. I hope he calls into Zoom.
Yeah, well, that's his wife. We got to ask him about that. I love this intro. Here it is. Oh, James, there's one in every town. There's that guy that you go to if you need anything, whether it be, a couple of eggs to cook, or you need information, or you need to know where the bodies are hidden. There's one in every town. And in the town of Carefree, we got this guy named Ralph Farrow. And Ralph is, James, you remember the Godfather series, the Godfather movies?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there was a guy in there named Robert Duvall played a guy named Tom Hayden. He was the consigliere. He was the guy that, the counselor. He was the guy that you went to.
Yeah.
You needed protection. You needed to know, something. He advised you on things, said the best way to go about something. That's Ralph. Ralph is my consigliere. Consigliere, good morning. I had to build it up. There's an intro. There's a process. Yeah, there's a process we go through to introduce you. Nah, come on. We got to pay the bills, right?
Oh, by the way, we got to step aside, take a short commercial break here. We'll be right back. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, no. No.
Tom Seaver.
Oh. Yeah. 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 Miracle Mets. Wow.
Now, where were you in '69, Ralph, watching those amazing Mets?
Really?
I was going to say, is that the hospital?
I think that was a hospital featured in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Actually. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, 13-inch.
Black and white. Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
You were posted up at the nervous hospital, as Sling Blade likes to say.
Ralph, what's going on around town? Tell us about. You had mentioned to me the other day about some moving and shaking with commissions. As a chance, was that something you wanted to talk about with the? And nobody listens to our show, so you.
Well, you're the incumbent. You're allowed to say it. Go ahead.
Yeah, but how did that come about? How is there an opening on that commission? Oh, okay. I thought. Okay. But was it by choice, or is he being ushered out because they didn't? Oh, okay. Yeah. He had to get you at town hall even more than you go now. It's just John Q. Citizen. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Ralph, how do you feel about football coming back? Are you excited? Yeah.
It's coming, Ralph. It's already started, my friend. All right.
Oof. Yeah, hardcore. You going to help us with some high school coverage, Ralph?
Yeah, we want you to come to the booth at halftime during one of our Thursday night football games to give us a little first half analysis. What do you say?
Yeah. Yeah, but you when you drive though, you got to kind of look over your shoulder once in a while too from things in the past, right? Do you have maybe some people looking for you or?
Head on a swivel, Ralph.
Yeah. That's right. Oh man, this guy, James, I got to tell you, this guy gave me such good advice throughout I got reelected thanks to Ralph. Ralph was a big part of that. You know, he gave me a lot of good sound advice. Ralph.
Speaking of keep your mouth shut, Vince, there's always the mysterious guy named Vito. You know, you hear about, oh, I'm going to get Vito to come cut your legs off. Have you actually met Vito? But I feel Ralph might have actually met this Vito guy before.
Yeah.
Only speak when spoken to, right, Ralph?
And is Hoffa really buried under the Meadowlands? Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Okay.
31 feet north of the sprinkler head in center field is what I heard.
Oh. Yeah. Ralph, what are you doing this Labor Day weekend? You got anything good going on? Anything fun? Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Are you throwing anything on the grill this weekend, Ralph? It's so hot outside, you probably don't even have to turn the thing on. Don't have to worry about propane. Just open the lid and throw the meat in there.
That's his
Okay.
wife. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. You're a real Renaissance man, aren't you there, Ralph? Oh.
Are you
Yeah.
guys going to watch the Derby? Isn't the Derby coming on today? The Kentucky Derby?
Okay. All right.
Fair
Well,
enough.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yes.
That's the plan, and we hope, Ralph, you were privy to this information, but we hope to announce a little more that hasn't been announced yet. We hope to announce a little more next. Okay, and next week we hope to have more to announce with that. And
Yes.
Ralph, hopefully you'll be a big part of that as well, because people need to see your mug. They need to see, the
Yeah,
voice.
you got to get on the Zoom with us. This is like the
face.
second time now you've
you
you're
Terry
big
couldn't.
timing us.
Okay, all right, okay. Mine, yeah, my oldest son Noah works at Safeway. Yeah, okay. He makes it his mission to put the milk on top of the eggs when he's bagging your groceries, Ralph. Yeah. 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 Oh, yeah. Because they're watching you. Yeah. All right. Hey, so that's the latest from our friend, Carefree Insider, Ralph Farrell. Ralph, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for coming on and providing some levity here. And we look forward to talking to you. It was. Yes. I got to look that word up. Anyway. Yes. All right. Or brevity. I don't know. Which one is it? Levity or brevity? All right.
Thank you,
Okay.
Ralph.
All right, Ralph. All right. Boy, James, we're at the end of another great show.
Another hour just blew by, Vince. I tell you what. Hey, everybody, stay tuned. We got some very special announcements coming shortly. We're going to be hopefully announcing our Thursday night football revised schedule here in the next week or so, and we're also going to plan to have another schedule release show as we did in the spring. Now that we're going to have a revised schedule, so we'll get those coaches on and we'll talk about those games, and we're looking really forward to it. It's going to be great.
Big thank you to our show partners, Dr. Amber Angel Dentistry, Bob Jenkins over at the Bob and DJ at Vets Built Contracting, Training Better Athletes, Coach Ron Sowers, Sessa Movement Company, NNT. Who else did we miss? James. We
Buffalo Wild Wings
Pizza.
surprise Cal's Gilbert Pizza over in
Pizza.
Gilbert and
Grace.
Warner, as a matter of fact.
Yes. And
I gotta try that Grandma Pizza. I keep forgetting about that one, Vince.
And thank you to all of our listeners. We appreciate you. Coming up next, don't go anywhere. You got Ed and Javon is off today. I believe Ed Cole. So Ed and Ed today, Ed Smith and Ed Cole, and on the Easy Sports
The Eds.
show, 10 to 12. And James, I appreciate you. We got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of great things coming up. Looking forward to bringing some good things. Stay tuned. We'll talk to you next week. Big announcements coming. Thank you all for joining us.
Everybody have a great week. Stay safe. Try to stay cool. It's very hot outside, so limit your outdoor activity. Wear your mask, wash your hands, and we will talk to you next week. Yes, sir.
Hello to my mom. Some positive treatment with the immunotherapy on the cancer.
All right.
Things are stable. She's doing great. Thank you, Mom. Love you, Mom. See you later today.
Praise God. Hallelujah for that. Everybody take care.
Guys.
Have a great week. Go JV, and we'll talk to you next Saturday.
All right.
Take care.
All right.
Thank you, pal.
Thanks, Aaron. Let me get off here.
All right, I'm off the line.
Done.
Let me stop the stream.